everybody. Jack
Cleveland.
Olmsted. I'm coming to you from Port Townsend, Washington, and I'm talking with my good buddy here, Claudia Fontana from Independence, Ohio. Is that correct?
Yeah, right outside of Cleveland. Yes,
Right outside of
Independence.
Cleveland. How's the weather today?
It's a little cool, but it is blue skies, which is nice. So we're hoping that'll stay like that for a while. The weather's starting to cool down here up north, so like you, I'm sure.
Right, and then do you move indoors?
Starting to move indoors. This week we started our pickleball group, just started indoors at the field house facility, which has been awesome. So there's a couple people still jonesing to be outside, but the wind is picking up, and it's 10 degrees cooler when the wind's blowing. So we got thin skin here. We like to go inside.
Right. So let's talk about this game that you selected from Nationals of last year. This
Yeah.
is the 19 plus men's finals first game. Why
Right.
did you decide on this game? You have all these other games that you could have done. Why this one?
Well, this is a choice. I mean, I thought it was a good fit. I mean, before we even get started, I want everybody to note, watch the shadows on this game. I mean, in the what are the 15, 20 minutes or the 17 minutes that it's played, the shadows go from the middle of the court there to, or the side of the court to the middle. And I was like, disruptive to some degree, but on the side note, why did I pick this game? I don't know. These four guys are the top players in the game, and what better people to watch in control and presence on the court. I just get enthralled by watching how they move in unison, and they don't always play together. I mean, those top level players, they kind of mix a lot with each other. They're always playing with each other, different group in different tournaments. But the uniformity in all of them, no matter who they're playing with, you see them moving, and I call it in the book, I call it the dance. They're dancing the line. They're doing the line dance at their left and right together, or they're watching each other. The balls hit back deep. They all move back deep together. It's it's poetry. It's ballet work on the pickleball court. There's such unison. I really liked this particular game. I mean, there's so many of them, but there were some great moments in this game that I thought were unique. So I guess
so you've taken a couple of notes.
I got quite a few notes. Yeah, play by play.
Why don't you show us your play-by-play notes?
Oh, play-by-play. I mean, I went by minute, old school. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages of play-by-play in this game. So I have the timestamp. I tried to catch the score, and then a couple little notes of things that I observed and either how the point was won or just things to notice during that time. So I'm old school. Jack was saying, "Oh, aren't you typing?" And I said, "No, I'm a little old school." But that's the teacher in me. But quick notes, this way I can scratch and dent along the way. But now I think we have. Go ahead.
Why don't you talk about the teacher in you?
Oh, the teacher in me. Well, I've taught 30 years from elementary K through 12. And my specialty is adaptive phys ed, which is working with special education students. I did that for the majority of my career. That was my specialty. But I coached 30 years of volleyball, between volleyball, basketball, and softball. Volleyball and softball being my two varsity sports. I did those each for over 24 years each. And I was pretty successful in our local area Division I teams. And it's kind of was in my blood. I played, my whole life of different sports. I was one of the few. We're ancient, us dinosaur people who played multiple sports in high school and college. Now more people are, specializing. So I'm very fortunate to have played many sports and can attribute. And with teaching, talking about teaching, I'm able to communicate with somebody. So if somebody said they played golf, I can analyze or take golf and turn it into the pickleball, how to stance, how it relates to that. So my analogies from basketball and softball and volleyball, I can relate it to my students and get my points across. And then they kind of like, the little light bulb goes on in their head and they go, oh yeah, defensive slide positions. So I've been very fortunate enough to do that. So all those years of teaching have come to fruition now in pickleball. So I'm helping people around here improve their game.
So let's get right to this match. Can you see the play on your screen? This is the first point.
Yes, I could see the play. Okay. Can you make that bigger by any chance, or is that as big as it is? Because it's kind of small on my screen here.
What do you see on your screen?
Well, I have that. I hate to say this. I have that hangout box on the right. Is there a way to get rid of that?
I think there's a.
Because otherwise, I'm down to like a quarter, a third of my 2/3 of my screen is.
I believe there's
small.
an X that you can get out of it with.
Uh-oh. I'm sorry, taking up people's time here. Can you still settings? I don't know. It's just not going away here. I'm sorry. I should have asked you that before we left.
It's not going away.
It's not going away. Okay. I could see here. I mean, I could watch on my notes here and look at. So we're at point 1, and I think we have Kyle Yates.
Oh, because you're
on
you're on your small screen, not on your big screen, because you normally have two big screens right in front of you, and you're on your laptop screen. That's
okay. That's okay. I'll manage it. I got my notes here. You just tell me what minute we're at, and I can tell you where we're at.
Actually, now take your mouse over to the left-hand side of the screen. You're going to get a little pop-out menu.
Yeah.
Click on the chat option, which is at the top, that little blue icon at the top.
Oh, there we go. Bingo. Okay. Got it.
So that goes away, and then it says group chat, and then there's a little X next to it. And if you click on that, then everything goes away.
Group chat. Where's group chat?
When you click on that blue icon.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
Group chat.
I got it,
and then that should expand your screen. It provides you with a little bit more real estate.
Let me get I don't need to see my picture there, so we can get rid of that.
So hopefully that is making the screen.
Yeah, that helped.
Bigger.
That helped a lot. Thank you.
Okay,
yeah. Well, let's review here. I believe we have Kyle Yates and Wes Gabrielsen on this side of the net.
Well, Wes just served the ball. This is the first play of the game, and Wes is serving the ball. He's in black.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. I got my. Wait a minute. Go start again. We have Wes and Yates on the far side.
Yes.
And Staub and more on this side. Okay, that's what I got here. Okay. And the first it's nothing substantial here. I mean, it's just watching the game here.
I just slowed it down, slow motion.
Yeah.
And Wes,
now,
Wes is ambidextrous, so he goes both hands, and he's very powerful off of both wings.
Right. Well, there you have Dan, right? Hitting the ball there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm just watching on that play alone. If you just rewind it, going back, just to as the game progresses, this is what you're going to notice on the far side. The players on the far side, how they are square to the net on all their shots, be it a backhand or forehand. They are sliding and gliding left and right. See how and we're looking at the far side of the net, and see how they're almost always square. Their belly button is, staying within the post area. When I say the post, I'm looking at the standards where the net is at. See how his belly is still forward. He has options. When we are square to the net, we have options. But now the ball comes across over here to Matt in a white, right? Matt's on this side on the left.
Right. Matt is in the black.
Now
Matt's in the black.
Matt's in the black on the right.
Right.
Okay, I'm sorry. Not Matt. Then Dan.
Daniel. Yeah. Daniel Moore is in the white.
I got my people mixed up. I apologize to everybody out there. Okay,
Daniel's in the green shoes. How's that? Daniel's in the green shoes. Matt is in the red shoes on this side.
On this side. on this
Yes.
side, right? But he's got the white shirt on his side.
Yes.
So Dan, on the other hand, amazing player, awesome, awesome, awesome player. But notice how on his backhand, he does a crossover step, which he has perfected, and he does a great job. I mean, he's like 99% accurate with it. So if you watch him as he does some backhand moves, so we're watching, there's a forehand slide to the right, kind of slides and reaches. Now we're coming across, we're going major slow here, still across. So we're hitting to Matt there.
There, Daniel gets the ball.
That's his forehand, no big deal. And notice how I wanted people to notice too by the end of the game what he does. Now see, he's a backhand. See how he's kind of crossed, a little bit of a cross step. Slight. That's kind of a slight one.
Here, we can go back and we can take a look at that backhand again. Here it is.
So it's just a slight. See how he's kind of turned a little bit? So his belly button it's not closed. It's not totally closed. You know, facing his left sideline, which is fine. I mean, I don't want to say that it's wrong. It works. He's very good at it. He's very skilled. But an average 3.0 player, when they do that, they're crossing over, their range of motion then shuts down, and they're not generally going to get the ball back to the far end of to the total right side of the court because the skill isn't there. But these guys, top level players, he closes the door, he kind of closes to the left sideline, where the other three players, when they do their backhand, their bellies are to the net. Again, see that? So
right. So that's just a classic tennis motion.
Exactly, and nothing wrong with it. But when I teach beginners, I try to get them not to do that too much, because if they do it too much, they close themselves too much, and then they take away, you know, the sharp cross angle, if that's what they're shooting for. So in this particular point,
this is an amazing point, by the way. It just keeps going and going.
To start the game, it was like crazy.
Here, everybody is involved.
There's one point down at the end of the game, near the end of the game, there's one point I'm looking here. They went 64 shots, 64. I mean, it was almost play without, you know, I mean, great play. So, and I think Kyle win this point, if I'm not mistaken. No.
I mean,
but look at the movement there. I mean, look how far over he's coming. You know, Dan's coming way over to get to get that forehand, which many people get in lower levels. They get freaked out when somebody comes over that far because it's just like, oh, that's my space. But I mean, look how far he's coming over, getting that forehand. You know, at this level, these guys know each other, you know, very well. So they're very confident. They're in unison. They don't like freak out when the other guy comes in their space, because they're what's the word I'm looking for? They're confident. They're confident that the other guy's going to get it. They're trusting. You know, they don't freak out that somebody else is in their space. So over there. Now he really closed the door there, but look at how his angle there. And with that angle, stop it there, Jack.
I'll go back here.
Go back. Now see, really freeze it there if you can. See how that big cross, he's really closed the door. And freeze. So he's really closed the door. Now, two things are going on here. I mean, he's to make sure he's pushing and keeping, he's trying to keep it away from Wes, I'm assuming. Okay, I don't know what he's thinking at this point. But he's looking to make sure that he's cross-courting it. For the average player, this is a very dangerous position to be in, to try to cross-court it at that extreme angle. I usually tell players, and you know, you could agree with me or not, is if it's that extreme, go with what is in front of you. Don't try to make a heroic cross-court shot and bring it back all the way across the net when, you know, by the shadows there might be a line to shoot for, or a dink to shoot for, or even, now we're talking low-level players, pop it up so that you can get back into position. But he makes an amazing shot here. See how he cross-courts it? And let's see where it lands. And freeze it right there. He makes a great shot. He brings it to the middle of the court, so he puts it in a safe place. Square to the court. Again, watching these guys, they are in constant motion. I mean, they aren't standing around looking. They're in constant motion. So now the ball's hit high. Mad off kilter there. And then they look at him. He's kind of getting pushed back. Look at that. This is great stuff there. I mean, they're resetting themselves. Look at this shot. He brings it back with a nice drop. On yourself. You're telling yourself, stay calm, stay calm. Now freeze it there for a minute. Like 2 seconds if you can, or whatever you're allowed.
2 seconds back.
Whatever you. No, whatever.
I can go back.
5 seconds, whatever.
Frame by frame, I can go back 5 seconds to right here.
Okay, right there. There. See how? Okay, now these guys have the wall on this side. Their wall. They're waiting. You've got Kyle. Is that Kyle? Right. Kyle is back. Look where Wes is. He's moved to mid-court. He's moved mid-court. He's kind of almost playing singles now. He's protecting he's protecting the middle. And he, you know, in one stride, he's got, you know, his half of the court covered. He doesn't move completely back with his partner, but he's taking away a percentage shot. Because if he would have stayed to his right, our left in the shadows, if he would have been over there by that shadow line, that is a killer. I mean, that's just like, let's drive a truck right up the middle, right? But he has moved over to mid-court. Now he's protecting the percentage shot. Okay, now continue to play. See how they're back. And freeze right there. So see, now they're almost back to even again. I mean, that's poetry. That is teamwork. Being able to get there. And then that one hit out of bounds. He got clipped there. But that's all right. That's a good shot.
Look at they're doing a chest bump here because there was such a they hit a hug or something.
Yeah, they did the chest bump because Kyle hit it out of bounds.
It was an amazing point. It went on forever.
It was a good long. They had a couple like 30-second rollouts there. I mean, the next point doesn't start until, I don't know what the time stamp is here, but I have it like 2:36. What's your time stamp there?
1:36.
Or 1:36.
1:36.
Okay. So the score is now like okay, so go ahead here. So where are we here? What's your time stamp?
I'm at 1:40.
Like it's 1:40. Okay, so I didn't pick up it.
That ball just went into the net. So I'm at 1:45.
Just keep going. Just keep going a little bit, and I'll catch up to where I'm at. And a little bit. They're doing some stacking here, which trying to get their paddles, making sure that their strong paddles are in the middle, low.
Well, I think that's really weird because Wes goes back and forth. He's good off both wings, ambidextrous. I'm surprised that he isn't on the backhand side of the court, and Kyle isn't on the forehand side of the court. That would make more sense to me than having Kyle over there in the backhand side of the court. But that's how they wanted to roll here.
That's how they're rolling there, putting Kyle's paddle in the middle.
And well, Wes's paddle's in the middle too, because he's left-handed.
They've got it covered, and he's playing more lefty there.
Yeah, he's lefty.
So they're keeping it's the lefty-righty issue. But look at these dinks. I mean, real smooth, and he's a little off, big stride. But you know what I noticed with a lot of inexperienced or intermediate players? See how these guys, when they stride to the right, how step to the right, and his left leg comes with it. You know what I'm saying? He strides to the right, his left leg is going to his left. A lot of people, they stride to their left or right. It's like, if your body's moving to the left, your whole body should be moving to your left, not just half of it, because you want to stay balanced. See how these guys are almost always balanced with their shots. They're not leaving that paddle way out on a limb to dangle out there and just depend on a little flip or snap. So timestamp, so I can catch where I'm at on my page here.
We're at 2:16, 2:18.
Okay.
2:20.
And the score is 2:20. So I think the score is like
2:22.
2:22. So the score is like 1-0-1 maybe. There he is. See how, and like I say, there's nothing wrong with the turn that he's doing. He is exceptional at it, because that's his style, that's his play. I just caution people that might be listening that too much turn, but see how he keeps the paddle in front of him though. It's not coming behind him. It's not passing his back hip. It stays in front of his back hip.
He's also pushing the ball from underneath. He's not hitting the ball.
Yes.
The ball is coming down to his paddle, and he's lifting it up. It's a lifting motion, and that's how you get that third shot drop from the backhand. It's right over the net. Look at that. It even touched the net there.
Touched it.
It was so.
And it's hard to.
Right there. Just touched.
Well, it tipped it. Just tipped it. Caught him a little bit off guard on the other side, but he got under it.
There
so
again,
just
just
noticing he's into the net on that one. Hang on a second on that one there. Yeah, this shot looks. He looks a little rushed on that one. He pushes him off to the side, and he works that drop shot. But he looks like as he's hitting that drop, he may be like moving forward and not setting. He may have not set very distinctively to make a nice solid shot. He may have been on the roll a little bit. See how he's not set yet? Oh, so he's kind of caught in that one. Oh, look at that one. Bang. Okay, just comes flying over. Hello. A big guy like that come flying at you, forget it. That's a good night shot, right?
That's a good night shot. That's right.
That
puts the other person to sleep, right? Good night shot.
Yeah, it's like, it kind of like, hey, you're gonna put it up? Thank you. I'll put it to bed. What's our time stamp here, so I can kind of.
Oh, we are at 3:01. Here,
3:01.
3:01.
All right, 3:01. I think the score is close. It's like 2-1 open line. Oh, yeah. Watch this on this side here. He's gonna go. He kind of puts it up high here, pushes him back. Freeze that right there. Freeze. And go back that 5 seconds.
I did.
And 5 more seconds.
5 more seconds?
Okay. right there. That's fine there. Okay, that's fine right there. Okay, so he's pushing him back, and then so he's at the line right there, but the ball is a little bit deep. Freeze. So here I tell people, when you have a dink, I mean, you're trying to keep them below the net, right? You're trying to keep them below the net. But when you push a dink too far, what I'm going to say deep into the, so that ball hit like the no volley zone line, it looks like. So now Matt's in a position, he's got almost 15 feet of distance from the net to get behind it. And if he's got a great, what I call it, we got a friend who his name's Jerry, and he can curl the ball. We call it a Jerry curl because he can take a ball really low and top spin it right over. So he takes this little Jerry curl and he can top spin it. So watch now, hit it again and freeze. So he's deep in the court. He's gonna power. See how he's powering it? He's trying to roll. That's a great shot, because it wasn't soft, but it was a little bit more powerful. See how he's back? Now he's softening it up.
Well, it looks like he put some backspin on that shot.
On that one,
if you take a look at his paddle,
yeah, because he softened it up.
Yeah, he softened it up.
Yeah, he softened it up. He changed the pace of the ball to slow it down. Here comes the left.
And you got it right.
And I'm going to say art. And look at it. He hits. Oh, gets him off. Now they got the battle going here. They're above the net battle. We got volleys going. Now it's at this point, it's like, dudes, we got to like slow down. Because see how they're starting to see how Dan and Matt are starting to push Kyle and Wes back a little bit. So go ahead, hit it a little bit. You can see how they're starting to push them back.
Yeah, look at their Wes is bouncing backwards.
See now, freeze, right, freeze. See how they've pushed them back? Everybody was on the kitchen line, 3 shots ago, and this above the net volleys now, man, they're like, we're attacking. So they're starting to push them back. And once you start pushing that team back, you're opening up court space and what we're going to call real estate, to offensively attack. So let's see what happens from here.
Yeah, he pushed it in the net.
And then he pushed it in the net, hit it right into the net. So they pushed him back, and it's just like, we've got them now. We've got them now. They're trying to regroup. Wes is trying to regroup. Kyle's trying to regroup, and the balls are coming hard. And to try to drop that shot from midcourt at these guys' hard pace, it's hard. I mean, that's I've never experienced it, but that's got to be hard. So what's our time stamp there?
We are at 3:33. Wes serving, and he's serving right. He's serving right-handed. He's been he served right-handed, and he put his paddle in his left hand, and now this is a backhand with his left hand. It wasn't a forehand with his right hand, so you just never know with this guy what he's going to do. And that's crazy.
It's going to be hard to beat because, like you say, the wingspan in it. So look how they're moving them left to right. They're moving them, I call it playing army. We're marching. And then he might move them to the right side. So watch. Now he's going to keep them over there. And they're trying to get people out of position at this point. They're trying to move, and they're trying to make see now there's right side. Oh, catches him in the belt. Now watch, he puts it up high here. He puts it up high, back to the middle.
Right, puts it up a little high.
And then
winner.
A little high, and then he hits that right side. Then he hits that winning line. So replay that couple line. That's what I'm going to call. They hit it left, they hit it right, and then that line opens up, and there's that line, and it kind of caught him sleep. Here we go. So he's hitting him to the left. Keeps him. there, and watch that line. He caught him sleeping. Great shot.
Okay, we are 3:58.
3:58.
We're at
Okay.
4 minutes. We're at 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Okay, just okay. I didn't take a note on this part. So just play this through, and we'll get to. So just play this through. Let's watch and see what happens. See how he kind of pushes them back a little bit. It's like, who's going to get that middle shot? Who's going to get that middle shot?
And look at Daniel Moore. I mean, he is constantly focused on the ball. He wants the ball.
Yeah. That's a great point. I always tell people, they go, well, how do you know who should get the ball? Or, they're asking questions like that. And it's just like, as far as I'm concerned, I would tell my players when I was coaching, you should be wanting the ball.
Look at that. That's a great shot.
That was a great shot. Another one down the line.
Well, Wes could see Daniel was playing the middle a little bit too much, and he was playing the other court too much. And so Wes...
He's saying, you're cheating me, man. You're cheating me. Thank you.
And look at him. And he's playing left-handed. It comes back to him. And what does he do? He throws it into his right hand, and he hits a forehand down the sideline.
Down the line.
And
that's amazing.
Right in the corner. I mean, he saw that. His vision was Daniel is being too aggressive in the center of the court. Out of position. So
keep him
I'm
honest.
going to try to hit it right down the line with my forehand. I mean, and it just messes with your mind when you're playing a guy left-handed, and all of a sudden he puts it in his right hand, and he's just as good off his right hand, and he can hit like that. It drives you crazy.
Yeah.
You can't.
It's hard to defend. It's defending two people that are over 6 foot tall.
Yeah,
it's like playing
crazy.
3 people on that side. It's like playing 3 against 3 people over there. But in that whole sequence, which you're talking about, you're right. He caught him. He's watching. He's not just watching the ball. He's watching the entire court. He's seeing what's playing out in front of him. And he sees that Dan is cheating him. He's like going, you're going to cheat the middle? Well, thank you very much for giving me the line.
Right.
And then he makes him pay. So great play there. Great play.
And he has a skill level to place the ball where he wants to. That's the difference between them and most of the people, that they've got the ability to place the ball where they want it to go.
Right. And along with that placement, everybody, I mean, there's so many people that when I started playing, and people that were teaching, they'd say, just get it over the net, get it in play, keep it in play. And it's like, you know what, you got to have placement. I mean, if you just put it anywhere, what's the point of, I mean, you don't go to play golf and say, oh, I'm just going to hit it anywhere and trees. You place it in a position to, you should billiard, you should pool. You put your ball in a position so that your next shot is set up. Same thing here.
Don't you have something? Don't you have something in your book that says "hit with a purpose"?
Yes, yeah, hit with a purpose. I mean,
hit
always.
With a purpose. So
there's a reason.
These guys are hitting the ball with a purpose. They not only are hitting the ball over the net, so to speak, but they see where the people are on the court, and they're trying to place the ball to get them out of position so that it gives them an advantage.
Right. They're setting up not only the next shot, but maybe 2 shots from now. So, it's just like, I'm going to put it, that may have been this one that we're looking at. It may be like, okay, I'm trying to get him into position. It may be a defensive shot. Sometimes it's just purely defensive. I just got to get it in play. And now let's put something on it here. So now Gabe's like, well, watch this. Go back, freeze. Go back, one right there. I think that's it. So freeze there, please. So look at the position that Kyle's in. Okay, so he's out of position. This is, I mean, and granted, this game is happening so fast, but as we have the ability to slow this down here. Now think about this. Now the ball's going to be coming to Dan, right? Hang on.
Right.
So the ball's going to be coming to Dan. Dan has two choices here. Do I hit Wes, who's in a solid position right now? See, look at Wes, that beautiful position that he's in. He's like waiting and anticipating. Or do I go right back at Kyle, who's coming off a great shot, a little off balance? Let's see what he does. He shoots it at Wes.
Well, he was trying. I think he was trying to go down the line. He was trying to hit it, but he didn't. He didn't do it. He hit it right at Wes, right in the middle.
Right at him. So right, but my point is,
because he sees all that space over there on his court. Wes is cheating too much in the center. So I think what Daniel is doing is going, I'm going to try to get it down the line, and he misses, and he hits it right to him. So and so Kyle gets, you know, reset. In the position again. He's reset.
Now Kyle's reset. So now they're back in play, and it's just like,
and look at that.
There's that shot. Boom. So Wes saved. He saved. He made a great shot. He regrouped, and then, you know, and then Dan couldn't get in place again. He's coming down, and the ball. If you look really slow, Dan's still up in the air, and the ball's going at his feet. Go back. Watch that. See how he's coming down?
Yeah.
And now it's back. Because he's in an up. See how he's up?
Yeah.
And the ball's going down. So it was a great shot by Wes.
And this is moving so fast.
Oh yeah.
And we just have the ability to slow it down so we can see what's going on.
Well, let's go through. Let's keep playing through.
And here Wes is serving with his right hand.
Depends on which side he's on here.
Yeah.
So here, look for the drop. Is it going to drop? He drops it. It's a little deep on the drop, but it's okay.
Well, I'm surprised he didn't take that out. Well, he couldn't take it out of the air. That drop, see how it curls?
He could, but
it comes down at his feet.
He kind of gets a little cuffed there, but he's okay with it. He gets it in play. Look how they're moving, and freeze it half a second. This is here, Jack. This is one thing that I guess as a coach I get really anxious about when people don't follow the ball. See how the ball has been hit to the right side of the court. So Kyle has got the ball, right?
Right.
So Kyle's got the ball. Look at the position of Dan and Matt. They have moved to the right side of each, almost to the right side of each of their courts. Matt's covering the line. He could reach to the line, so he's got that covered. And Dan's got the percentage middle shot covered. Many lower level players don't move with each other. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They'll stay left. One guy moves right. So the ball, if the ball moves to the right side as you're looking at the net, moves to the right side of the net, both players should be moving to the right. Not just one, both, because you want to cover the percentages. You want to force him, look at that. You want to force him to do exactly what he did. Push him to the other side, because that's a tough shot to go opposite court. But these guys are pros, so we got to understand that these guys are making the percentage shot. But see how they're moving to the right? In the middle. So they're constantly in motion, and this is the poetry of the higher level players. They're constantly in motion. There's no one standing around just looking. They're tracking the ball, as Sarah Ansberry would say. She likes to, say track the ball with her blade or the paddle. Others, they're tracking it with their shoulders, the shoulder turn, their head, their eyes, but they're always in motion. See how they're always moving there? Look at that. Boom, it's high. He tries to put it down. High to the middle.
Look at Daniel right here. When the ball comes to him, he pushes his knee down to get lower.
Yeah. to get leverage and power.
To get leverage and get lower. His left leg, he's bringing his body down. His body isn't up, right? He's not going to hit.
Yes.
He's not going to punch this ball.
No.
He wants to get below the ball because he gets more power right below the ball.
Excellent observation. And look how, bam, and then he rotates into it. Then he rotates into that shot. And look at that.
Wes,
and then it's a defensive return.
And Wes, I mean, you got to look at his reaction. He's just defending himself.
That's a defensive return.
And it's like, oh my God.
That's a totally defensive return there. But he got it.
Beautiful shot.
And then, oh, that's like, cool. He made a great defensive return. And Matt kind of died on it. But
well, look at him.
Great observation on that.
Matt's like looking down at his shoes like, oh my God, I wasn't tracking the ball. I wasn't ready for it. He wasn't ready for it. He didn't think it was coming his way.
He cuffed him. Right.
And here's, again, here is Wes again. On the other side of the court, serving right-handed.
He's on the right-handed. And look at the spin he's putting on the ball. He's cutting that ball. He's cutting it, little spin action. Cross and freeze for a moment. One of my discussions this week is going to be, how do you return? What are you looking at when you return your second shot? Okay, so the return itself. So let's go back to the serve.
Here's a serve.
If we can. So freeze a minute. So let's anticipate, although we already know what's going to happen. So Matt's going to receive the ball. The serving team has to wait, right? Many people neglect the second shot return. The servers, they serve the ball, and what is the tendency of an intermediate to lower level player do after they serve the ball? Where do they go? They come into the court.
Okay, they come into the court.
They come because they serve and they start thinking, I got to get to the the kitchen line, right? So they start coming into the court. But we don't want to get it. We have to wait for the ball. So let's go see how he's going to return this ball, because he wants to keep them what? He wants to keep them away from the ball or away from the line and freeze. So he's got them pushed back. So now Wes came a little bit too much forward. So now he had to retreat a little bit, right? Because he's not in a great hitting position there. He had to retreat back because Matt hit a long, nice long ball. So he caught him a little off guard. But let's see what happens. He recovers. See how he's backing up? And does he get it over the net? He gets a nice drop and freeze there. And so Matt did a great thing there. He saw that Wes was back. He saw Wes was back on, still recuperating from that return. And where does he send him? He sends him. Now, granted, Wes has got left-right skills, but now he doesn't change his paddle. He's got a backhand way over there on the sideline. Makes a good shot.
And he is hitting a classic tennis move too.
Yes.
His belly button.
But look at the control. But look at the control on that. I mean,
oh yeah.
It's classic, but it's smooth and it's soft because it drops. It drops in that kitchen. Look at that.
And Daniel just pushed it right down the middle, and Kyle, look at that.
And they're
Kyle just is getting to it sooner than Wes, because Wes had the ball. Wes thought he was going to get that ball.
Either way, both of their paddles were there. Look at freeze. Oh, both of their paddles were in the middle. That ball wasn't going to get through them. They were not going to let the ball and freeze. Look at that. That ball is not going to get through those two guys. Covering the middle and go ahead.
Well, I think Kyle, he's off balance. His weight is actually on his left foot, and he's just trying to lunge at the ball. Where Wes, look at Wes, his weight is on his left foot. He's moving forward. He's left-handed, and he was going to meet that ball head
He was
on.
probably going to.
That was going to be a strong.
He was
hit.
probably going to have the better stroke.
Well, this goes in.
That was probably going to be a better stroke.
Kyle hits it into the net because he was off balance.
And then he hits it right at. Yes, absolutely.
And
it just goes to.
That's a point.
Go ahead.
You know, you got to be in balance. I mean, if you're off balance, it's going to put you at a disadvantage. So you always want to be in balance.
Right. Exactly. I do some instruction, and like I said, was talked about before. Some people they lunge to the right or they lunge to the left, and the trunk of our tree, the trunk of our body, our hips, our center of gravity. If our center of gravity is way off to the left and I'm way off to the right, my hit is going to be slippy and weak. You got to move your center of gravity to the ball. I mean, you don't see baseball players, reaching way out to hit the ball. They're keeping that bat close and tight. So here we go. He's rolling it over a little high, smashing it back. Oh, too high. Now here, what time do you have on that?
We're at 6:14, 6:15.
Okay, so here
6:18.
Okay, so I have here, it says the ball's hit too high, and if you follow Joe Baker, rule number 6, ball's gonna go out of bounds. So over, big power shot, and look at they walk. See it? Ooh, that wasn't gonna go out. He thought it was.
Yep.
Oh. He was counting on rule number 6.
And look at Daniel's face, like over here. It's like,
what just happened?
God. Lapse in judgment there.
Yeah.
What do we got? We got Kyle.
So Wes had. Well, I think it was Wes hit that last one. Or was it Wes or Kyle hit that last one? Wes hit that last one, little top spin, and it didn't go out. I mean, so that was another good night ball. It's like, thank you very much. That's a birthday present right there. So I think it's this next one, the body ball. Watch how their bodies are tracking. They're tracking the ball. Look how they're all like moving. See how they're all watching the ball. They're all moving. Staying low. Look at Kyle getting low like that.
Well, look at Daniel. Look how low he is. Both of his knees are down. He is down. His head is about even with the net.
Yeah.
It's about even with the net. That's how low he's going on this.
Now, hit the button and then freeze. Hit my hand a little bit more. And freeze right there. Look at Kyle now. Kyle is already what I'm going to call loading. He's loading himself up for his shot. He's not waiting for the ball to bounce. He's already loading. He's prepping. Freeze. His body and paddle are now in position. You can see where the ball is. The ball isn't even near the ground. It's not even near the line yet or wherever it's going to land. And I tell a lot of people this, you need to be set. As soon as you see where that ball is coming, if it's coming to you and it's going to be left of your body or right of your body, your paddle should be loaded. It's like the batter. They're up to bat. You ever watch the batter jack in baseball? They're standing there. As soon as the pitcher pitches the ball, the batter's hands go up. You know what I'm saying? They go up, and he's loading. He's loading with power. So let's play on here. So he's loading. The ball plays, and now he strikes. He's loading. See how he's loaded? He strikes. Loading and strike. Load and freeze again, please. But this is so important. So many people don't load ahead of time. They wait for the ball to kind of come over the net and then react. It's like by tracking, we load ourselves and then we hit. And then we get ready. Then we kind of pause and then we load and then hit. Go ahead, finish it out. But again, look how they're square to the net. And he's got the crossover. Here's the crossover. He's loaded. Back to Kyle, loading. But see See how Kyle is square to the net on his backhand? And it's their style of play and it works. As long as they're successful, you stay with it and you just keep perfecting it. But for newer players, personally, from me, I would strongly suggest to, you know, stay as square to the net as possible. See how he's square? He's loaded. He's up. He's loaded. And that loading ahead of time is going to make the difference of having an A+ shot compared to a B- shot.
Looks like Kyle just tried to be more aggressive right here. See?
Yeah, and he hit the net. He tried to take a low ball and do something, and it didn't curl.
Well, he tried to slap it at him.
Yeah, and it caught the net. Caught the net there.
So you can say that Kyle was impatient there.
Correct.
He ran out of patience.
It's like, I'm going to do something different here, and it's just too low.
He got too aggressive.
Yeah.
Below the net. He got aggressive below the net. He wasn't waiting for a high ball. I
agree.
Take the matters in his own hands, and he didn't. He misjudged. Look at that. That was below the net.
That was below the net, but he got a cut on it, so it popped it up. He's set. He's hits. They're loading. What's the time you have there? Can you?
Oh, 7 minutes and 14 seconds. 7:14.
Okay, so I have their defensive and possibly. Oh, watch. They're looking for possible Ernie shots on this one. See how he kind of like comes over, maybe not. He comes over. But they really are working. Kyle and Dan are spending a lot. See how there it was. See, he was kind of like protecting. He was looking. Maybe he was. Go back a minute, if you would, please. Like 20 seconds or so. Right. Keep going. Back. Right here. So freeze. Look at how Matt. He's going over. He's probably thinking, well, if it comes back over on my side of the net, I could be in a position for an Ernie and hit it before it gets over. You know what I'm saying? But nothing happens. He sends it back. Nothing happened there. Let's see what develops. It's high. So see how they're moving left and right. Freeze. Okay, see how Matt went to the right there? And then Kyle was a little late, but Kyle was maybe, I'm anticipating, possible around the post maybe, or again, coming down the line. And again, maybe thinking, hey, I'm going to catch it before it. See how he's over there at the line? But then it went cross court. That was a great sequence there.
What happened here? Something happened.
Yeah, well, you got to go back about 15 seconds.
I think the ball was called out right here. I think that ball was called out.
Nope. Oh, was that called out?
Yeah, see, they're saying stop the play.
It was called out. Defense,
Daniel's hand is going up, hold it.
Yeah.
And so
in my notes it says, defense with possible Ernie defense, but it was out. So that was out. But that would have been a great sequence, because now he's like, oh, he already had stopped play because it was out.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. All right, so somewhere around 242, we're gonna look for the front. We're looking for a deep return to the right side. Go ahead, deep return. And freeze it here. Freeze here. Freeze. Look at how, okay, so there was a deep return. Both guys on this side of the net are like protecting for that drop. I'm assuming that they're protecting for a short drop shot. So look at how Matt has come all the way over to like, oh God, don't let the ball drop. But play it and see who gets it. And here comes there. Look at that shot. Look at the recovery on that. Look at how quick these guys are. I mean, these guys, those of us who are 60 plus with double knee replacements just don't move like that. Good play.
Yeah, they're using a lot of knee.
Oh,
hitting the
yeah.
ball.
I mean,
All of them.
their quad workout, their quads are, you know, if people say they're not getting a workout, then they're not playing pickleball. At least not at this level. Let's put it that way. Look at the shot. Whoa, nice defense. It's still high. Oh, darn, I touched it.
Yeah, that ball came back too fast for Kyle to really react to it. His paddle wasn't square. He was just getting his paddle. Yeah, he was just recovering from that last shot. He hits it really hard to Matt. He's on the move. He's still moving.
And it's like, oh, dang. Like, oops. All right.
And again,
Let's
I think that's Kyle trying to be too aggressive. His aggressiveness came back and bit him in the butt.
Yeah. Let's play through a little bit. You know,
Okay.
just kind of keep going and at regular speed. Let's watch regular speed for a little bit.
Regular speed. Okay, let me see how I can get regular speed. I can go faster.
Okay. Well, that's fine. That's fine.
That was too high. Okay.
Oh, that's okay. We don't have to go second by second here because we got a lot more to go.
Oh, that went out. Oh, look at that. Between his legs.
Yeah.
He missed it, but look at this shot.
It's like, hello, boom, hello. Go to, you know, what minute are you at? Because I'm going to say go to minute like 2:29 or 2:20, somewhere in there.
2:20, we'd go backwards.
I mean, sorry, 9. Go to, I've been looking for like 9:29. Sorry, hon.
9:29. We're at 9:09, so that's coming up in.
Okay, it's coming up. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so we're moving along. We're moving along, a left-right action. But look at how they're moving. Everybody's in motion. It's a dance. I mean, I'd love to put this to music.
Mm.
I'd love to put this to music. Okay, so this next week, I'm thinking it's this next sequence.
We are at
there's a fight.
9:49. We're at 9:49.
Okay, 9:49.
And that goes into the net. So those last points, there wasn't much going on there. A lot of unforced errors.
9:40. Well, yeah, the drop is. It looks like it's hit. Go back to that Go back to like 9:41 if you can.
9:48, 9:43, 9:39. Here's 9:39.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because now we're gonna look for the drop, and it looks like he's rushed as he's. Okay, so it's gonna be a return. I think it's a sequence here.
Nope, that's in the net.
No, that was in the net. And maybe it's this next one. Okay, yeah. So here it is. So he's coming in here and see, he's barely, he kind of rushes it here. And he's hitting with.
Oh, that's down the line.
Yeah, that was on the line.
He hits an incredible. He angles it.
Yeah, he like just.
But he also
puts some cut spin on it. He kind of watch how he brushes it. See, he kind of brushes it.
Yeah, but he's putting his whole body behind it. It's one fluid motion with his body and his paddle.
He just painted that so pretty. Just took a brush stroke right across.
You talk about poetry in motion or pickleball play in motion. This is it right here, where he's just kissing it. Brushes it, and where's it going? Right down the line.
And it's going down the line, and it's curling away from the court. Look at it.
And from Matt. Matt's sitting there. Matt's ready. Look at it. He's ready. He's
And he's like,
anticipating-
whoa,
he's
dang.
anticipating it going down the middle. Look at see his paddle. Look at Matt's paddle. He's
Yeah.
pushing it towards.
He's over to the left. He's looking for the
pushing
middle
back,
shot.
and it's like, oh my god. That's how you can
That sideline opener.
disguise. You can disguise your shots so they don't know where the heck you're going.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, I love that shot. I mean, they push him to the left. They push the team to the left line, and then he basically gets Matt sleeping and goes, "Oh, there you are." Like, oh, dang, caught me.
Yeah, that's a great shot. A great point. Great analysis.
Okay.
See, that's what happens when you do your homework here, like Claudia. She went through this before we went on air and found these little gems.
Thank you, Jack.
So do your homework, folks.
But I always tell you know what you tell people, it's like, do your homework. Go home, watch a video, analyze it, slow it down, see what they're doing. Now at 10 here, let's see. Oh, here at 10:23, 10:23, Kyle throws a pop lob in here. What I'm gonna call a pop lob. They're at their line. Yeah, 10:23 ish.
I think we are. Yep.
No, this is okay.
It's
It's right after a serve. It's like a serve.
We're at 11. We're at 11:07.
Oh, we missed it.
Well, we can go back.
See if you can find it. At least that's where I had it at 10:23.
Okay, we're at 10, 10:25, 10:19.
Okay.
We're 10:19.
So watch.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is right there. That's it. I got so excited to see this because I tell people, I said, don't lob. I have so many people who want to lob when they're on the baseline. It's like, why do you want to lob when you're on the baseline? Okay, right here. He pops out. Oh, free. So here in the game, this is my thinking on this, Jack. And freeze. Here's my thinking on this. Okay, we've been playing at the line. We're dinking. Let's throw something else into the mix here. So let's catch him off guard. So he did. He's like, oh, here's a pop lob. He pops it up. Dan goes back, says, oh, this looks easy. Gets it and chokes. Sorry, Dan. No disrespect there, but he caught him off guard.
It happens to everybody.
It does.
He just missed.
And notice that. And notice that lob though. And freeze. Okay, notice, just hang here for a second. Notice the lob. When you lob, we don't, I mean, again, go back to Joe Baker's statistics. I mean, lobs don't go very far if you don't take your time on them. Here, he's not even at mid-court. He's not even at mid-court. So that lob was a good throw-off key. I mean, for Kyle, it was a blessing that he missed it, because if he would have gotten in a better position, that could have been very detrimental to them. I mean, he could have hurt them with a big smash, but he missed it. But minus that, if Kyle's lob was a little bit stronger, it would have pushed both of them back deeper into the court and would have given the defensive team, Wes and Kyle, time to kind of, hey, regroup. But in this case, that wasn't the case. It only went mid-court, and then they died out. Go ahead. But that was like, yay, I love that pop lob. It kind of catches people off guard. So that was a brilliant move by Kyle to catch him off guard. All right, so at about 11:18, they're playing Army. They're going left. They're going right. Look at that. They're marching them. There's right. There, they won that one. But I've done a couple of these video analyses for people. I've had a couple people send me some videos, and And I go through them and I break them down to show them, what they've done and what they should be looking for. I had one woman who gave me a video who was at a clinic at a camp, and I did an analysis on that. And another person during practice session, because we're doing the practice session, and it's like you're telling them and they're like, oh, and I go, here, let's video it and let me show you what you're doing. And they're like, oh, I get it. Sometimes in your brains, when you're practicing, you think you're doing the right thing until you actually see yourself doing it. And you're like, oh, I really am not doing what you're telling me to do. So, all right, where are we at here?
1324.
1324. All right. We're looking at there's a high backhand down to the feet here. I think Wes puts it right at his feet, around 1326 or something like that.
Short points, and it looks like it's all pace. They're just
exactly. Oh, there it is. Oh, go back. That's it right there.
They're just muscling the ball.
Yeah, they are. And people are watch it. He got backhand smack.
Which is really odd because you would think that he would change.
But he has them back. But you know what? Sometimes he's got it right there. It happens so fast. That backhand smash is work for him.
I mean, that's what makes him so dangerous, Wes. He's got good backhands with his right and left hands. It's not just good forehands, but he's got great backhands.
Yeah.
So you're very confused. Is he going to give me a backhand or is he going to give me a forehand? I mean, and you can change. It's like crazy. And you're right. It's like playing two people over there. It's like playing three people over there.
It's a thrill. Like, as I said, it's like playing three people over there. You got, Wes is like two people all in one. I mean, especially with his height. I mean, look at him. Look at him. One stride to the left, he's at the center line. One stride to the right, he's to the sideline.
That's a circus shot right here. You want to talk about this circus shot of Daniels?
Oh, yeah.
Right here.
Is this at, wait a minute, is this at 1446 around there?
1440.
Okay, yeah, this is my favorite series. It goes from 1446 to 1515. So almost 30 seconds of intense play. Now, listen to this before you go on. So this is, they end up taking a timeout after this. So there's 64 shots is what I counted. 64 shots in the rally. Nice recovery, backhand lob, sends them deep. Things I want you to look for. Look at how they move, both teams, how they move together. And when they move back, they're drop shotting back to get back to the line. So let's watch this in action here. Look at it. He catches him. He cuffs him. Look at how they're pushing him back. See how they're pushing him back? They're regrouping. They got the drop shot in. They've regrouped. I mean, this is classic pickleball action. This is such a great rally here. Little fight going on here. Nothing. Nope.
Into the net.
Oh, yeah, that was point number 5 for them. Because actually the score right here is 5-10-2 in favor of Kyle and Wes. If you were watching, if you were keeping track here. But that whole series starting from 1445, 46, 64 shots. And that was just 30 seconds of intense pickleball. So when somebody says, oh, pickleball isn't that intense, it's like, well, here's 30 seconds of intense play. So they take a timeout here.
They're taking a timeout, so we'll push this thing.
So take a timeout, and you could go to, I'll tell you where to go to. Go to 1727.
1727.
No, wait. No, 1707. 1707. 1707. The score is 5-10-2. And Kyle and Wes are leading.
And Wes is serving here.
And Wes
17.
is serving.
Or is he? No, Wes is not serving.
No, Matt, I think Matt or Dan are serving here.
Matt served.
And this is I believe a semi-short point. And the backhand. And I know he puts too much snap on that, and it goes in the net.
Look at this.
He's like,
yeah,
I want to kill it. Oh, and he put too much topspin snap on, and it goes right into the net. So it's like, here it is. Oh.
Well, he was punching the ball here. He was trying to make a statement.
He was trying to say, we're coming back. This is going to be our big moment.
Yeah, into the net. And look at Matt over here on the other side, seeing his partner hit it in the net. He's like, oh, wow.
Oh, really? Dang, what?
Really? He had to smash it that hard into the net? Really?
Okay, so now, freeze it before the next serve here.
Okay,
so things I want.
He's ready.
So let's freeze.
There.
Oh, he's getting ready. So here's I want to set this up a little bit. One, note where those shadows are. Remember those flags? They were way over where that guy's head was. That shadow head. They were way over there when the game started. So this is how. I mean, those things make a difference. I mean, those shadows, those kind of play in the game a lot. So, but in the game, it's Dan here. Watch Dan. I think he's starting to get a little frustrated. Now, mind you, I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know what's in Dan's head here. But think about how he's been playing the whole time. They've been playing awesome. You know, they've been moving. He and Matt have been working together very smoothly. And they're down now. They're down 5-10. They're down. The score's 10-5-1. Wes is serving. This is possible game point. Watch what Dan starts to do here. And you tell me afterwards why you think he's doing what he's doing, because we haven't seen much of this in the game. This is a good rally. Watch his position. It's like, okay, he's playing normal. Look where he's going. Look where he's going. What should Wes be looking for here? Look at that.
That was game point.
And that was game point. But he came all the way in front of him to play that ball.
Which really upset Matt's balance, because Matt was ready to take it.
I mean,
look at Matt's ready to take it. He's balanced.
Freeze.
He gets up. Matt gets up. He's out of balance.
It's like, why, and I don't know. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
Well, it's wrong because it throws your partner off balance.
I mean, your partner has been playing the whole time. I mean, these guys are top level players. He lost. I'm thinking, did he lose trust in his partner?
I think he's just overly aggressive. He wants it,
So you freeze. You look at that position right there. Freeze that position. I mean, go back that half a second or whatever. You had that right. So they're going freeze, right? Yeah.
I can go frame at a time.
One frame at a time. And one more. Right there, freeze. Both paddles are loaded. Both paddles are loaded in position. Now, Dan has got his paddle right in front of Matt. I mean, that's Matt's ball. That's Matt's, as far as I'm concerned, that's Matt's ball the whole way. Dan has no business being over there because, I mean, minus the fact that he hit the net. Look at all this space over here, and they're hitting to West. They're trying to hit to West. Look at all that space West has to work with. If Dan makes the shot and hits it cross court to West, West has got a truck stop to hit to. He misses the shot though. So continue.
He hits it over to Kyle though. He hits it right at Kyle. Right there. See?
And then
he hits it into his body, and
then
he hits the ball.
And then he hits it back, and he's out of position. And now he's out of position.
He hits the ball right into Kyle's body, which most people would wilt.
And here he comes again. Here he comes again. Boom.
Right there, and Kyle is right there. Why? Because Kyle's paddle is up.
Enough.
His paddle is up. That's why people say paddle up, folks. Well, here it is. It's coming over. Kyle's paddle,
there's his paddle
is up.
He's ready. He's ready.
It's up. He's ready for whatever comes, right or left.
And freeze on that for a moment there. Freeze for a moment there. And do you notice he's about maybe a paddle and a half, I'm thinking, but 2 feet off of the line. So he knows if they're going to hit it hard, my paddle's up. I've given some distance off of the net. I'm talking Kyle. Kyle's ready. I'm giving you distance. Go ahead. If you're going to dink that, I can get it. But if you're going to hit it hard, I've got it covered. So now Kyle returns it. And now it's just like, now these two are going, who's got the ball? You were just over here, dude.
Look at that. Matt's not talking too much.
No, he's like
whatever.
He's like,
whatever.
Dude.
Oh, whatever.
He's
okay.
Like, I had it. Why did you come over here? Now
That's it.
I did not. That's it. That was awesome. But a lot of great moments in that game. That 30-second rally was awesome to watch for. Here, do you know what is holding you back? Great commercial there. What's holding you back from? Oh, fat. What's holding you back from playing pickleball? But I hope people enjoyed that.
Well, it sounds like you enjoyed it.
I do. I'm one of those coaches, Jack. When I used to coach volleyball, I'm embarrassed to say, some people used to say, "Oh, we want to come watch you because you're so animated." Because I become the game. You know how they say, "Oh, you got to become the ball." My girls would be playing, and I'm like twisting and turning with them as if I was out on the court with them, because it's fun. It's just so much fun to watch, and especially when you're coaching and watching people do what you know that they can do. I've been very pleased. I have one of my top players, Mandy Thurborn. She's been an up-and-coming player around here. She's a 4.5 player. We call her the Wall. I mean, she comes, every couple weeks to practice and drills, and she drills on her own, and she's just a great player, and just is going to be a great player, soon to be a 5.0, I'm sure. But just regimented, and you can see how her game has improved from day one, because she's taken it, she's taken the game on and has made a journey with it, and it's been awesome to see her grow. And she's made a statement. I think she just took silver down at the Atlantic Regionals in women's doubles with her partner Erica Battaglia. So I'm excited for those people, those young players who are out there working hard and making their statement out on the tournament rounds. So that's awesome to see that. There's my book.
Before we leave, let's talk about your book.
Yeah, thank you. Well, that's the book, the drill book, Pickleball CPR Drills, Coaching Pickleball Readiness. That's what the CPR stands for. I wrote that back in 2016. Took me a year of a lot of dedication and developing a teaching technique that I came up with, which I talk about, you and I have talked about. And if you go to pickleballcpr.com.
And here we are, pickleballcpr.com.
There you go. There's some tidbits and tips and some teaching instructions, some tips you can use for teaching, some stuff that talks about the book on my teaching method. There's some videos in there. There's some tips on drilling. I have my own teaching method that I've come up with, teaching or hitting with a purpose, playing with purpose, going there. I've got some sneak previews of some videos. I've got over, I got 22 videos, animated videos that I've put out.
Here on your Facebook, on your YouTube channel, here are the 22 videos.
Yeah, so I've kind of got a lot of work put into those. And on each of those videos, the ones there in green down on the right are a little bit more of there's a couple instructional ones, talks about paddle placement, which has been very popular. And then I have drills. They're just ways of, there's teaching in there. The one at the top right there talks about the drop shot and the angles of how the ball bounces. There's some group, there's one of those yellow, on the orange one, yellow, whatever the color is. There's a group, how to do a group lesson or a drill. You got a lot of people. But so the book itself goes, as the videos, it complements the book. Goes from individual play, how to practice by yourself, to, my dog wants some attention here, how to practice by yourself with a wall, to practicing with a partner, with or without a net, and all the way up to how to practice with multiple players on the court, and not just practice game situation, but practice. You could have 4 different skills going on in one session with 4 people. So one person could be serving, another person could be dropping, another person's dinking, another person's doing a push block. So 4 people could be doing 4 different skills. Again, not in gameplay situation, but you're working on the specific skills. And if everybody's doing it right, it's a great cooperative drill. And the ball keeps going and going and going, and then you kind of see if you can keep the ball going without any misses. And then you rotate, and everybody gets to do each skill, and you can do a lot of things with 4 people in a short amount of time.
Let's talk about your Facebook group page here.
Yeah, Facebook, Pickleball CPR Drills. It's a group. It's not a single page. So if you want to join, feel free to join. I post some of the videos up there. Talk about things that are happening around here. That's like Costa Rica.
Like you went to Costa Rica.
Yeah, I went to Costa Rica, and I met up with the 2 ambassadors from Costa Rica, Celeste and Tony Horpel. They are amazing, amazing people, and they not only are USAPA people, but they help run tours. They live up in the highlands near San Ramon, Costa Rica, which is literally, the rainforest. And it's like perpetual spring there. Beautiful. They took me down to the beaches. And in June of 2018, I'm going to take a small group of 10 to 15 people if possible. And we're going to do a 8-day trip to Costa Rica, spend 4 days down by the beach area, and then 3 days up by the in the highlands. Play pickleball every day, a couple clinics. I'll put on a couple clinics along the way, and play some pickleball and visit Costa Rica. I mean, just a beautiful country. The people are wonderful. We'll be that is so cool. That's near some falls area. The multicolored squirrel, the lava rocks. This was just an amazing trip. The beaches are just wonderful. Each beach is so different. They're right next to it. Look at that. A macaws just hanging out in the trees. Parrots flying through, flying by in flocks. Monkeys up in while you're walking in through the hotel area, there's monkeys. This is an iguana. The thing was like 3 feet long. It was huge. and Tony would pick one up there. He picked them up and he calmed down. He's eating a papaya. And this was at near Hako Beach, right there. That's near Hako Beach. Jocko, my sock monkey in the back, was all excited about Hako Beach because it's very similarly spelled. But yeah, just these monkeys. You go to Monkey Beach. You go there. There's hundreds of monkeys like this, just hanging out on the beach where people are picnicking. It's just crazy. So we're feeding them. And there's a toucan. I mean, this is looking out their back window or they're off of their house. And there's a toucan in the tree. Several toucans. That was crazy. This was an artisan village that we'll visit when we go back. There's Jocko again.
He's got to make his Como
yeah.
appearance.
These are butterflies from this butterfly farm. There's coffee beans.
So you got a lot of content, a lot of information spread all over the internet on a variety of social networks. You also have a Patreon.
Yeah, the Patreon. Yeah, if you go to Patreon, I have all my videos are there, and if you become a patron to help me, support what I'm doing and making my videos for every level that you participate in, you get a little bit. From $1, you get all access to all the videos. To $1 a month to all the videos. To a little bit more, and you get each time you give a little bit more, you get more for your buck. And Jack and I were talking about doing video analysis, kind of like what we did here today. Set up some videos and send me some videos. I'll do some analysis, and we'll, don't have to be with you right on the court. We could talk to you right from the sides of the PC here, right, Jack?
That's right. And I know your dog is chomping at the bit there. I've got 3 dogs that want me to take them out.
There's Jojo.
There's Jojo. That's right. Well, thank you so much, Claudia, for spending the time with me today. And I know that people are going to get a lot out of this. And
I hope so.
Go check out Claudia on a variety of social networks, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Patreon. She has a website. Buy her book. It's excellent.
Thank you, Jack.
And we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye,
Thanks.
Claudia.
Have a great day, everybody. Paddle up.